Yeah, what were the odds? Did you look?
Last time I checked, it was about 70 to 30. I'll double check for you now.
And that's in favor of Planetkey, I take it?
Planetkey, yeah.
I mean, that's definitely the bigger name, especially as, you know, they switch now to Orgless. But looking at the standings so far within CEVO-M, Planetkey is 7-4, Orgless is 10-2. And we have actually cast a Planetkey game here before, and they were, like, surprisingly underwhelming to me. I mean, you got NKJ, Johnny CS Surson, and an old name, kind of a legend like Tixo, coming back and not really having many results, but this is the pistol round that made blowing down Orgless. Dead Fox is still trying to work out into the B site. Two people here defending. Oh, and Robson hits a jumping P2K shot, and they're falling back.
And of course, I go to check CSGO Lounge, and it's down. So I'm not entirely sure what the stats are now. The gambling odds, I guess you could say. NK, jeez, man, that was two pretty tasty shots.
Now we know what the GA stands for.
Jeez, indeed. There we go. He picks himself up his third frag. Very comfortable for Planetkey Dynamics. Good start for them on the CT side. And the two results that kind of surprised me, but at the same time, not so much, were against CSGO Lounge. So against Lounge Gaming, Team Orgless in two maps absolutely battered them. I think it was 16-3 and 16-4. Which is kind of surprising when you consider you've got the likes of Mihu and like Sparrow and stuff on that team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Orgless wrecked them. The stats are actually much worse than I originally thought. Orgless have 75% win chance on this game, not Planetkey.
And that shows you that, I mean, Orgless is a team of a caliber that could be in the Pro League because Lounge Gaming or former Dobry is in the Pro League. It's absolutely correct. Look at this, Planetkey. They take that first pistol round pretty convincingly. Long range with an M4. Surson is able to pick up two. There's Tixo close. The FAMAS does finally fall to Flash, who is looking forward to find Robson with an up. Barcoder picked up with FAMAS and will be brought down. But the bomb is planted here in round 2.
Yeah, not too shabby. They did commit to that round though, Orgless, so they have a decision to make. Picking up 3 players could very well bait them into going for another force buy and trying to crack the economy of Planetkey. Just have to see which one they want to go for here. And yeah, I do feel that Orgless will definitely be in with a shout of getting themselves through to the Pro League next season. A pretty solid, accomplished team. I'm very curious to see what kind of buy they're going to go for here, if they're just going to let this one slip. They're going to go for the buy. They want to crack the economy. This makes sense. You can see that Planetkey don't have much to fall back on if they lose this round.
Yeah, what can anyone else get, though? You see Nay buying an AK, dropping it to the farmer, so they had 2 people buy AKs. I think Flash went AK and just Kevlar with his own money, but Barcoder and the farmer were dropped AKs and they went nades and armors. So Dead Fox and Nay both just sitting on Tech 9s, and Dead Fox buying all the way down to 150 bucks as the opper for this team. Not that you want to really bust that out right away on the T side anyways, but that'll keep him away from an op for a while.
Well, and Mirage is the kind of map where an AWP can definitely run rampant over the likes of mid. The farmer spots a player, will convert that into a frag, and he gets dropped down, and they're trying to spray through the smoke.
Nice
Tixo will get the return. Yeah, very nicely done. And now in this situation, Planetkey should have the upper hand. There's just a couple of Tech 9s in the hands of Team Orgless. No Kevlar on either Dead Fox or Nay, and they only have a smoke and 2 flashes. So it's going to come down to that next frag, I've got to say, Joey.
It's pretty awkward now that they've worked themselves down to the bottom of mid, but now they don't have any smokes for the count or for the connector, and Tixo still posted up, gets a second kill with that FAMAS, hasn't even taken any damage. And Barcoder hoping for a mistake, hoping that NKJ would maybe go and peek so he could get a frag out the window, but it's not the case. Planetkey are just holding fast in the positions.
Barcoder finally gets the frag onto the ninja spot. 3-on-3. Now the weapon's suddenly looking a tiny bit better for Orgless. Still, they do lack the Kevlar. Tixo peeks up, picks himself up the frag. The bomb is going to get planted, but here comes the M4 from Robson. A double spray down. Orgless, though, do get the plant, and with the round loss bonus starting to come in as well, you're not going to be able to buy up thick and fast from here on out, I would say. In this round, they may think about just saving or going for like Tech 9 and armor. But then after this, it's going to be full buys if they do continue to lose.
Yeah, so Tixo, the biggest part of that round for Planetkey, you can abuse that smoke. Like, you noticed when people throw the smoke under the stairs, it's still pretty easy for CTs to see over it onto terrorists moving up catwalk. Like, you have to throw it on the other side that lands near the stairs on CT side. But then at that point, you still have to worry about clearing out the connector room itself. So Tixo gets a kill through the smoke, backs off to the the no inside jungle, kills one from there, doesn't even move, and then gets another kill on someone who's technically not moving again. So pretty funny stuff. But already you got the terrorists storming out on to the A site, and this one's looking pretty effective. They brought it to a 3-on-2. The bomb still has yet not gone down, but it will be. Oh, Barcoder picks up the bomb and picks up a frag on the AKJ. And they don't even need to plant.
Well, originally I was going to say I'm not a huge fan of their buy. They had 3 Galils, but they went for the early aggression. They didn't bother with the grenades. They had very few grenades to play with anyway, and that completely caught Planetkey Dynamics off guard. So they didn't have their crossfires. They're in transition. They got caught napping, and a solid round for Orgless. So you can see that Planetkey go for that force buy. They do have a decent amount of weapons, but this again will leave them in such a bad position if they were to let this one slip. Just a 5-7 on Johnny, 1 defuse kit. This is rough for Planetkey Dynamics. Have to be careful here.
Yeah, of course they got them into they got themselves into a good enough position on the CT side that if they lost a round, they could buy up again. But you know they are lacking a bit of equipment. Robson on just a FAMAS with no nades. Almost after that round of Tixo with the FAMAS, like Tixo, why don't you just take this FAMAS because you seem to be pretty good with it. And then of course Johnny just on 5-7 flashes and Kevlar. So there is definitely still a chance. And we can see Johnny just playing boosted in the B site in kind of a cheeky spot, hoping that they get there. But whoa! That nade! Taking out AKJ in the window room.
Yeah, well, right by his feet. He was tagged just beforehand, and I definitely like that position from Johnny. It's probably one of the best positions you can have that 5-7 in if you're going to be holding the B site. However, the flag comes back again. There's Tixo holding down, switches his weapon. That's going to cost him his life. He still had enough bullets to rip on through the farmer as well, and that's going to allow Orgless onto the site with the bomb getting bomb planted. Here comes Robson again. Has been pretty solid on 5-for-1 score on the Planetkey Dynamics, but there's Johnny with the FAMAS. Robson's been picked off, and that's on Johnny, and with the economy the way it is, and his HP so low, he's just going to want to save this FAMAS, surely. Oh, he's gone back in for seconds. Maybe he wants to get himself the M4 and back away with that instead. Yeah, it's the right decision. There's no point going in. You're almost definitely going to die.
Alright, so Orgless finding, well, they've got into the rifle rounds 2 in a row. Well, I guess like round 3 is kind of a rifle round, which they did lose. But going into round 4, which is the first round with all Galils and AKs for Orgless, they win it. They plant the bomb and get the explosion there. Johnny, having saved, was able to pick up an M4A4. And Orgless now more or less a free round. I mean, you got the one rifle, of course, on Johnny, but that never really improves your chances too much. You still kind of got to rely on the other team walking into your trap, which there's no trap really being set up. Planetkey not doing anything too out of the ordinary here, playing this like it would be a rifle round. I guess aggressive out in Palace, but that's about it.
Yeah, agreed. And Johnny, with the M4, originally wanted to sit around mid. He does get the headshot, but the farmer instantly retaliates back on him, and therefore Orgless again just going to be pushing their way through. Robson walks into the crosshairs. Farmer's hungry for his 3rd kill. Will pick that one up as well. Very nicely done. And there we go. Team Orgless, who were 3-0 behind, have now brought it back to even. But economically speaking, they're definitely in a healthier position. And again, Planetkey Dynamics can't afford naught, so they're going to be running with a full assault rifle setup.
Was it a one-way smoke? Nope, just luck. Yeah, someone's upset. As no head armor again, which doesn't, of course, matter very much against the AKs, but we do see the 1P90 from Flash. So he connects to the head. That's going to be doing a lot more damage, and Team Orgless, similar to their pistol round, are just running into B. Of course, announcing their presence with the footsteps. MKJ spraying down 2 somehow. Didn't have a lot of time to find both those kills, but somehow he got them both. Now it's up to Nay, and he cannot do it. Oh, I'll use that one later. I won't ruin it. I got a good one.
I know what you're going for.
No, you don't. It does not have to do with the terrible music video that I showed you.
Oh, really? Okay, then I don't.
No, we're not going to watch anybody nay.
He linked me this before, ladies and gents. I had no idea what he's talking about. He linked to me, and I'll never be the same again. Thanks, Joey.
The faith in humanity meter is definitely depleted.
Needs to be restored at some point. And Planetkey Dynamics, in fairness to them, I was thinking that round would be really sketchy without any ops, without really too many grenades, but they made it work. They only lost one player for using all of them. What a flash that is.
Flash.
And NK will pick that one up. Very nicely done. And Barcoder, who's a guy that, you know, in the build-up to this, or we're just talking amongst ourselves, is definitely one of those players to watch out for in Orgless. And so far, he's been able to really get too much done. It's been the farmer, really, on 9 for 5, who's been leading from the front.
Well, it was... I did note when we were talking offline, Barcoder looked like he'd only play. He either played one map with 42 kills, or probably just played 2 maps, and he had like 15 efficacy, which was pretty good. But you got the farmer who had something like 155 kills, and he had 14 efficacy, so the second highest on the team. Certainly a player to watch out for, as this round has boiled into a 3-on-3, but Flash will find Circe in there in shadow. Dead Fox, I guess he worked his way up the connector, now coming back. And will plant here behind a triple box. We got NKJ in jungle. Robson trying to spam in through the box to stop that plant with his M4A1S, but actually did some damage. And this is going to be very, very tough. Orgless in very good post-plant positions right now, except for pretty much Dead Fox. Yeah, as he was still stranded off the site box. But there's Nay peeking up, finds Robson. NKJ working his way up. And there it is. Nay gets the frag.
And his music is Total Domination, which I think pretty much sums it up. I recently got a music kit, so I turned the music back on again. I didn't know what I was missing out on, Joey. I don't think you use it, right?
Yeah, some of them are pretty sick. I usually just put round start, round end, and like basically all the music that only plays after the round is over, so it doesn't really affect you.
Yeah, it doesn't interfere. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Especially the bomb one, man. That really got on my nerves before I switched it off, because you can't hear anything after the bomb's planted.
Alright, so you can adjust the volume independently per track played, so it's like, it is kind of worth maybe putting on the bomb music, but like really softly, just so in those situations where you don't have a kit and it starts to play with 10 seconds remaining, like that is actually quite an edge.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. Well, I mean, this round, the Orgless have just destroyed Planetkey Dynamics.
Yeah, who forced up here as well.
They did, yeah. So that's why you've got NK with an M4. Can do some work, but ate a lot of damage for his troubles, down to 16. And I'm expecting the T's to just move in here and plant that bomb onto 8. That's what Dead Fox will be doing. Again, behind the site, identical position almost to last time. And NK really has his work cut out for him. 40 seconds as the bomb gets planted. Now NK has to just scurry away and try and save this, and because it was the false spy as well, Planetkey are going to have nothing to work on. So again, similar to what Johnny did in the previous round, just saving the M4, trying to give themselves a chance at clutching the round out. But of course, as these rounds do go back and forth and pretty even, Team Orgless are going to be the happier of the two at this result.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we always talk about still Mirage being one of those straight up CT-sided maps, probably 9-6, I think everyone can agree on. That being said, it's not out of the ordinary to see Terrace have a very good performance. Actually, both teams to have very good performance on the T side. It's always kind of hard to figure out what type of game you're going to get when two teams play each other. You've never seen clash before. But it's definitely working out in the favor of Orgless. I was a little worried when we first saw the pistol round. Orgless just like stormed out to B, then tried to retreat over, and retreated just right into all the rotators of Planetkey Dynamics, and they got shut down. And then they lost the other two, of course. But they did plant twice, and since then, I mean, 5 of the last 6 rounds, Orgless have really turned it around on the rifle rounds. And here they go again. You can even see the Room Brooms coming out, the MAC-10, the P90, as they're just storming into B and trying to shut down these pistols. It was even a bit of a stack. There's nothing that Planetkey can do.
Yeah, the M4 hasn't really done
What
much
a nade.
here. The nades stay pretty much on point. It's all on Tixo, 3 HP to his name with the USP. Surely he has absolutely no hope, but there we go. The headshot rains in. Orgless with a 6-4 lead. And Planetkey Dynamics do have the round loss coming in. They could force up. Indeed, I expect them to do so. But I don't think we've seen a single AWP in play for Planetkey Dynamics because their economy hasn't really got to a healthy point.
Have we even seen one the entire game?
No.
Yeah,
we
I
haven't.
was say, I don't think there has been one.
Orgless could afford one, but I mean, the AKs are just working so well for them. Why would they switch things up?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the op is always something that you can go to as an adjustment, but if you're winning with 4 rifles and a P90, or more realistically, just winning with 5 rifles, why switch it up? There's no reason to at all. NKJ, nice headshot. Now NKJ has been on point here for Planetkey. That's going to mark his 13th frag. But even though that he steps up big and takes that middle control single-handedly for the CT side over at A, they lose 2, and it's just into 3-on-3 again.
Exactly, and with NK getting the 2 kills at the cost of 97 of his health, he's not really in a good enough position now to fend off any more players. There's going to be more Orgless' mistakes, I would say, from this point, unless NK can make the most of this position advantage, and there we go, lands another headshot. Fantastic play from him. Barcode now trying to snake his way into the player. Oh, Robson connects the dots in the headshot and brings us back to a 2-on-2. Still NK standing. 45 seconds. One of the 2 CTs, which will be NK, rotating through onto B. They're not entirely sure where this bomb is going to be going. But of course, the benefit of having our vision here is we know it's going towards the A site, and it's Flash that has that in his hands. It seems that Planetkey Dynamics now realise the scenario, and they are coming in. NK lands another frag.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
on for his ace. And look where the bomb's been dropped as well, Joey. The Flash is going to force him out of position just for now, but he's going to re-peek again. He's hungry for this ace. Barcode on 58 HP, has to be super careful. Because he's got both these players pushing him. And NK who gets taken down from Barcoder. And I gotta say, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad here, Joey. I wanted him to pick up that ace. He deserved it.
Obviously, NKJ has the more explosive 4K and the potential for the ace in that round, but I mean, Barcoder coming in a little bit more quietly with a 4K of his own, as he was the one who found those picks over the A site and was able to, of course, clutch that 1 versus 2. So there you have it. And yeah, I mean, you're always hoping for the ace, especially since he got 2 of those kills on 3 HP. Pretty insane. But at the end of the day, Orgless leading 7-4 right now. Barcoder, there it is, completes the ace, just needs the start of the next round. That was all. As this is an eco, and Barcoder even going to find another one. I think we got a, oh no, not quite. He's tied up with the farmer now. I thought we might have a new leader. But of course, NKJ got those 4 kills, so he's up to 15. And a dominant round from Team Orgless up against Planetkey, who had just some upgraded pistols.
Yeah, this is the first time they're going to go to a forward and up as well. Wow, okay. I was like, yeah, they can afford an up. They get 2.
Oh.
Interesting.
It was a BOGO deal on ops.
And now I know what that means as well.
I was going to say, I taught you what that meant the other day.
Buy one, get one free. I learned. I'm not too sure about 2 AWPs here from Planetkey Dynamics, but I guess if things are going desperate, which they are, that's 5 rounds in a row that have gone to Team Orgless, and really that's been 8 out of the last 9 towards them, and as you rightly called as well, most of them have been rifle rounds. This is calling for desperate measures, I would say, from PKD, because typically the AWPs could change the pace of these rounds. It could force Orgless into bad positions. I'm sure that's what they're hoping for. The downside here is they are fully committed to this round, and if they lose this, Orgless are going to be in such a good position at halftime, and it's gone horribly wrong.
Yep. I mean, you want those 2 ops on the CT side to be able to step up and get your first 2 kills. You don't want the team to fall all around you, then the ops to be left 2 versus 5. Or, I mean, it wasn't quite that bad. I think it was 3 versus 5. Robson, though, did find 1 kill, and then, of course, Orgless helped out by killing one of their own. But it doesn't matter when Barcoder just coming out with another 3K. 9-4. Yeah. This has become a very one-sided affair.
And you can see how much that hurts them, because they have full round loss coming in. And even with that, because they went for the 2 AWPs and had no money left over, they're still in 2 FAMASs with a UMP and only 2 assault rifles. Sorry, 2 M4s, I should say. So it's really, really desperate for them right now, whereas Orgless, swimming in the monies, have nothing to worry about. 9-4, whatever happens, they're going to be in a great position going through onto half-time. Poor grenade from Farmer, but I think he was flashed. A bit awkward. Fortunately, no one takes too much damage from that. Just 1 HP, I think, was lost from him, and 3 from Barcoder. Surson is coming up, though, through underpass. If he can wrap himself around. Indeed, and if he can get himself around the corner here.
Oh, but they're going to watch it.
He's the key man for me in this round. If he can get a couple of kills, they've got a chance here. If not, you expect Orgless to go ahead and pick up another round.
Oh no, Flash and Nay. Flash was watching it a little bit, but now they just started running away. So right in behind them is Surson, he can actually just still backstab on middle, and that'll bring down a Barcoder. It's exactly what will happen. Barcoder will fall, and that will give Planetkey not only the information, but the man advantage until Surson runs right into Dead Fox. Not expecting another one out there with Johnny. Oh, Johnny is so blind. Beautiful combat. And Dead Fox is able to finish the kill. Now they're working out under the site. May coming out of Palace, taken out by Tixo. Oh, and Robson from CT. So nice double crossfire there on the Palace exit. So it all falls onto Dead Fox.
I love that. He banked it off the wall, landed right next to Tixo, is behind the boxes. But as you said, it's a 2-on-1, 20 seconds to play with Thompson Peaks. And although Dead Fox pulled off a sick play there, I really enjoyed watching that pop flash onto Johnny. He just got completely wrecked by it. Planetkey dynamics somehow hold on. Again, though, it's going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel to get some weapons into play. Not even that many grenades, just the one defuse kit. What's NK going to have for himself? Does he even have an assault rifle? Yeah, he does. He's got an M4. Okay, so it's not a terrible buy, but again, Orgless in such a good position here. Even if they lose this, they'll still be 9-6 in the lead. Dead Fox plans the shot through the smoke onto Tixo with the AWP.
Yeah, he must have had the really forward spawn, picks up that op, and every time that happens, you know you're just going for that pick at A ramp. You might take some nade damage, but you can generally get there before that smoke comes out, and he gets it just as it balloons. A beautiful shot, and that's Tixo down. Ooh, Nando taking some damage. The farmer, little does he know, he was so close. He got Robson down to 1 HP. As NKJ, they probably heard that damage come out. So they're gonna throw another nade right at him, and boom, that's it. Dead Fox, 1 op kill, 1 grenade shot with the layup, but well, the farmer he got sold out by his own AK right there.
As you say, Robson on 1 HP. How fortunate is he? It may not matter though, as the bomb is being planted. 2-on-2. Nice shot from Dead Fox. Last player is Robson. He's been spotted. There's no grenades on the side of Orgless, so it's going to come down to the headshots here potentially for him. But Dead Fox already has his crosshairs on the position. Robson walks. What was that shot? Hello?
Yeah. What?
Okay. that just happened.
What does the Dead Fox say, Metuz?
I don't even know what to say right now. I'm speechless.
The Dead Fox says you're dead. I don't want to make all the silly noises from the song.
I was kind of hoping that you would.
Oh, nah. I would if I kind of remembered what they were. That shot was nuts. I don't know what that was about. Did he maybe? I guess he was able to see the guy's head, and when he flicked down, it was just through the box.
It's one of those moments where I wish I had X-ray turned off, because obviously we can see the X-ray outline, but I'm not sure if he could see like a millimeter of his head sticking up. Like he did know roughly where Robson was coming from, right? He spotted him in connector. It's pretty obvious it's going to be.
And
the
I think
stairs.
His teammates saw him too.
Yeah, that's also possible. It may have been kind of fortunate in that sense, but
one of those Reddit fame shots.
Dead Fox vac incoming.
Yeah,
what a shot as well.
That will be the post tomorrow. Pretty much. So here's Orgless having a much better pistol round, and that is just absolutely awful news for Planetkey Dynamics.
Here's the really, really strange thing, though. I was going to call out one point that Dead Fox is 2-2-8, and now suddenly he's 11-2-9. And a lot of that was down to the fact that his team were picking up all the kills. You had Barcoder and the farmer as well. The farmer in particular started really strong and has kind of eased off the accelerator a tiny bit. But Dead Fox suddenly, in the last couple rounds, has picked himself up 9 frags. So he is definitely started to wake up here in this matchup, and good timing for Team Orgless on the CT side now. Yeah,
winning the pistol here will give them more than likely those 3 rounds. Let's see, of course, what Planetkey can do. Now, Surson's already down as they try to start on A ramp and trying to use that confusion to now work out Palace. Johnny does find one, and KJ gets one. And the bomb, okay, well, not only should the bomb be going down the round, it might just be one. The force buy for the terrorists, unless Flash, I mean, he doesn't even have a kit. He just has a FAMAS, probably looking to save at this point. Maybe cause some more damage.
A couple of exits maybe he's looking for here, but that's all. It's important he doesn't get carried away and look at the 11-5 scoreline and think that his team can't lose from this position, because we see comebacks all the time on CSGO. It's the nature of the game with the economy, especially on the CT side. It's important to be a bit smart. There we go. He's going to land himself an F1 exit. looking for maybe a second one. Johnny's going to run away, so it's going to be the end of this confrontation. And Flash will keep his FAMAS and also his nades here, and also pick himself up an M4. So a pretty solid play there from Flash, but a big round for PKD, and a much needed round as well on their T side.
Man, so Barcoder sitting with 19 frags right now. He's got 119 ADR. NKJ, though, also having quite a game. He's got 115 ADR, so it's a battle between those two for the individual stats, I guess, maybe the MVP. But in terms of rounds, of course, it's Team Orgless doing very well, but maybe it will just be a T-sided affair, because the pistol goes away at the CTs twice, but immediately, well, actually more immediate this time, the terrorists strike back, and that nade should, finish off A.
Well,
I gotta be honest, it's really hard to say.
For some reason, I keep wanting to say knee, even though I know it's definitely not knee. But that's just me being a bit special. Orgless, though, have managed to pick up 2 kills, and the fact they only have a Deagle and a P250 in play could definitely
Flash
make
has
into this
kit.
one. Such a good place to line up for him through the smoke. He definitely didn't realise that he was taking it with the P250, lands the shot, but he's got no defuse kit and he can't defuse that bomb, so he will back away and save the AK-47. Oh my goodness. That was nearly a highlight reel-worthy play from Robson, but 11-7 on the scoreline. PKD are bouncing back.
So Barcoder continues, well, does get a frag that round, but of course Robson was the story there for Planetkey, spraying down 2, and ultimately saving the round, because it was looking really bad at that point. Flash had that kit, was on the bomb, and that's of course what led to the lineup. And now it is into not even the first rifle round. Orgless, where do they leave their money at? They actually buy into this, so completely forcing up here in round 19. And, well, the rounds were so costly, even with the bomb going down, that it will be enough to crumble the Planetkey economy. But Robson, once again, starting off and getting a very big impact kill.
He got a great spawn. You can see how fast he was there, and Barcoder was not expecting that. He got caught completely unawares. NK down to 1 HP. And Robson's still residing around ladder room. So the CTs now, Team Orgless have had to go for the 2-2 split. I can understand why the farmer's going for the aggressive play. He's got a CZ, but also in these kind of situations, you need that information. And if he holds a tight angle, he could potentially get 1 or 2 frags with a CZ. But looks like Planetkey Dynamics will be using that bomb and going towards the B site with it. The farmer does catch a player from behind. Tixo's dropped to 12. And that could very well give away the tactic here as well. The downside is that even though they know it's likely to be pushing towards B, there's always underpass that can come into play. So you still have to be very careful from Team Orgless' perspective.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to stack heavy on B as the CT at this point, you can always just leave someone in jungle. And actually, the farmer's going up catwalk, so he's in a fantastic spot. Nave finds the frag with the CZ. He actually will find 2. Now, a very long reload, but able to actually manage it. He's alive, and now Flash is the one getting killed. And this will fall apart. So the force buy up from the CTs that would have kept... I mean, if they didn't win that, they would have been crushed, and onto an eco would have opened the door for it to maybe even be tied up. But now that they win that, it's Planetkey that has to, of course, save. They don't have enough money to do anything here, especially since the bonus has been reset.
Those are the kind of rounds where entry fraggers really, really do just show their worth. And Planetkey Dynamics has nobody entering onto that side. If they get 1, it kind of crumbles. Because that crossfire is down with the CZ, of course, you have to reload. There's not that many bullets as well. The fact that they both pick up frags was absolutely instrumental for Team Orgless to pick up that round. No utility was thrown either from Planetkey Dynamics, so it's very simple for the CZ to just sit in position. Here we go now, though. Planetkey Dynamics go for the force buy. They got 2 Tech 9s, or at least they did, until NK got picked off. They still got that Deagle in play. You can hear that just drifting off the head of Barcoder in the distance, but the frags are going back and forth. Orgless' economy, it's going to be okay to get through this round, but it's more the longer game this could be a bit of an issue. They need to keep players alive, and they have done just that. So Planetkey didn't even get a bomb plant down there. Not the greatest of rounds.
Well, so far I've seen 2 really cool flashes out of that window room. To one get underpass, and then one to just flash out to players in connector. One from each of these teams. So they've got some unique flashes, and of course Flash is the one who throws one of them. So I guess you just go figure with a name like that, right? Uh-oh! Somehow, looking at the ground, Thurston slices Johnny for 10 damage. Luckily it wasn't too much. Johnny looks at him in disappointment. You can see it, even though he's got those glasses on.
Go for almost a full eco at
Yeah, they have the
21
double,
rounds as well.
the double eco here
So
on the T side.
it's because they've gone for a couple of these force spies where really they should have just saved and bit the bullet earlier on.
And somehow the Glock is finding these frags. There's Barcoder and Dead Fox, the two you might expect to step up when needed the most. But each of them having a pretty insane game. And, well, honestly, there's not much of a gap between anyone on Orgless except for Barcoder. He's standing out ahead by, what, 8 kills? Or, I guess, 7 kills, those players with 16.
Always a really good sign for a team, right? Like, as long as everyone's pulling the weight, no one's having a bad game, no one's not showing up, things should go well. There's no one that's going to be under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. If Barcoder is the kind of guy that can just tee off and go huge, then that's awesome as well. It allows him to have the support behind him, knowing that he doesn't have to do it all alone. Whereas in Planetkey Dynamics, really, you're looking at NK and then, I guess, Robson, but the difference between NK and Tixo is 13 frags, which is pretty big when you find yourself 14-7 behind. And this is really the last chance for Planetkey Dynamics. If they lose this, they'll probably have a couple of AKs, not a great deal more, and Molotov is doing so much damage. Johnny does come in though, picks himself off the frag onto Farmer in the head. He's going to go through the smoke, he gets caught on the wall, has to relocate and come back stronger. The bomb's been planted, 3 on 3.
Yeah, they will have to retake everyone with kits, and still a couple flash bangs and a smoke here for the CTs to try to retake this bomb site. Those could become very, very key. Johnny just holding out there on Tetris. There's one of the flashes, actually a counter flash coming up from the terrace. They still got some utility as well, and actually there it goes, that smoke. But that was a terrace smoke that kind of cuts off their line of sight to the bomb. I don't know if that was completely thought out.
That's so questionable.
That was a T smoke, right?
Yeah, it was. Yep. I guess the idea is we know the bomb's planted and we can get the pre-fire through the smoke. But what you don't count on is that you can easily get baited out into that situation because you can't shoulder peek to see if someone's stuck on the site. So you have to kind of fully commit to that spray down, and in doing so, you just get killed. That's what we saw there, and there's a correction coming in. I originally thought that we wouldn't see full AKs in because I knew that only a couple players would have grenades. But they go for the full AKs and have very little utility.
They have to.
The problem with that though, is they only have one smoke for either site, and one smoke on T side. You're so reliant on entry frags, and that's the thing they've been lacking on. So this makes me worry a great deal for the Germans.
Farmer flashes himself. Try to flash the enemy. Oh, flash. Taking some damage through that smoke. Will fall back. He's pretty aggressive there. Out into the B apartments, and Robson will find the first kill of the round. So there they go. That's what they need, right? You're not going to go for those nades. You got to try to find those entries without them, and Robson will bring down the first. And that was the farmer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great start for Planetkey Dynamics, but they could be walking into a trap here. Dead Fox has the open, he's up on the right angle. The only saving grace for Terrace is there was smoke there, but it's just cleared at the worst possible moment. Here comes the counter engage though, and there's Dead Fox once more with the open. He's lining up for a miss. It's the third frag that could be crucial. Flash does answer back. He's on top of the site, but he's given
Oh, Johnny.
He has a real hope at clutching this one. 30 seconds. And one of these guys is low, but there we go. Orgless in the form of an A at the end just lands the shot, and 16-7. Very one-sided in the end.
Yeah, and it seems like Planetkey Dynamics still struggling here. I know they're 7-4. This will mark 7-5. But we've seen them, we've cast them rather against two like more premier opponents here in CEVO main, and they've struggled in both of those. I've yet to see really Tixo pull off a ridiculous performance, which, like, you know, I'm always rooting for those players that are coming back into it from 1.6 to get off to a good start. And I just haven't seen it yet from him. I mean, he was, let me refresh my stats real quick. He was like, go internet. He was 8-19. So, you know, you're not, he did a lot of assists, but I don't know, 8-19, not really where you want to be. I guess no one was really that positive. NKJ, of course, stands out. He's still got 22-18 for finding those frags, and Robson with a couple nice rounds and saving them that one round at a 1 versus 3. So he was 15-18.
I don't know how to analyze that game, to be honest with you, Joey. I think a couple force buys really hurt Planetkey Dynamics, and we saw, I think, just a much well-oiled machine in terms of rifle rounds coming in from Orgless. We kind of talked about this before. It was 3-0 At the start, Planetkey Dynamics win the pistol round, they get the next 2. But then as soon as the rifles come out, we kind of saw the class shift, and Orgless just put themselves on top. So there's not much to say, really. They're just the better team, won quite
there weren't
comfortably.
even so many. There were a couple like set play rounds, just like smokes onto A, but most of the time it was kind of just fight for mid control or just try to hit the entries into A, and Orgless just did a better job at that. We know that the first 3 rounds on the CT side went to Planetkey, but after that they lost the rifles. Money wasn't a tight. Like, remember we gave that stat of, like, there hasn't been an op in this game. That was almost at the end of the first half. So the CTs weren't even able to pull an op once because of, I guess, just the way they manage their economy. Like, maybe they take that back, forfeit 1 more round earlier on to get their money situated so they could pull out an op, and maybe that could have changed it, got more rounds on the CT side. But once Dead Fox got an op out, like, I mean, that was the GG point right there. Dead Fox went off like those 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, he showed himself to be a pretty strong player. Didn't have a great start, but as you say, as soon as the op came out and he clearly started to find his form and his confidence, well, it just took over.
Yeah, so, and then of course that one ridiculous shot. I would like hopefully someone clipped that. I don't know how many people were really watching today, but I know this game was pretty popular up on the lounge, so probably had a lot of eyes on it. That shot was nuts. I'd like to take a second look at it. But yeah, that's all we got today. Sorry that we only have one best of 1 from CEVO main. Hopefully we'll be able to continue the Pro League, as we do have, of course, Mouse Sports has to finish up. It's actually, the European Pro League is shaping up to be quite interesting for 3rd place. We've got, I can probably remember off the top of my head, we got Flipside, Hellraisers, Mouse Sports, and G2 Kingwin all vying for 3rd place. So we very well could end up with a 4-way tie, which at the very minimum would be broken head-to-head. At the very worst, I guess, putting like worst in quotes because it's really not that bad because it means more Counter-Strike. Like, might even have to do like a little playoff between them, or bring it down on CPI, which is the CEVO Performance Index, our algorithm for breaking ties we use. But more info on that as that develops. That's it for the broadcast today. So hopefully you've enjoyed. You can follow the channel mlg.tv/playcevo. Check out CSGO Lounge, MSI, and of course Alpha Draft, where you can play fantasy esports for cash today. And more on that, alphadraft.com. I'm Helium. With me was Metuz. You got anything else to say?
No, just a pleasure as always, and I think we have a lot more CS coming up this week, right? I think it's going to be probably quite a jam-packed week of CS for us.
Yeah, it should be. We got quite a bit of games to fit in before that LAN coming up November 6th to 8th in Columbus, Ohio at the MLG.TV arena. You can buy tickets for it still. Find out more, mlg.tv. That's the website. And with that, we're out. So we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.